And so I want to say to you this morning, looking at these 3 verses as we near the close of John's Gospel, get ready for the fight for your faith that will last till the finish line. And here's the context. This fight happens from the outside in, and it happens from the inside out. I want to ask you on the front side, do you have that perspective? Am I bringing to you something that is foreign or something that aligns with your pre-existing faith? What is your perspective? I ask you that as I did a few weeks ago because your perspective and your priorities will determine who you become. For you see, what you believe determines who you become. And your perspectives will shape what you believe. Do you realize that how you look at something most likely will determine what you think you see? This is why it's so critical that you and I go to God's Word and that we trust His Word as He speaks in full context. You see, in our passage this morning, you will see that this is going to be a fight to the finish for faith, your faith, and for the faith of those around you. You will see that from Peter's perspective, this is a fight to the finish. From God's perspective, think about it, from Genesis to Revelation, it is a fight for faith to the finish. Are you ready to lose your life in your love for Christ? This is the standard of God. Luke 14:27, we saw last week, unless you are willing to pick up your cross and die to self, you cannot be my disciples. We see in Ephesians 6 the call to live in the full armor of God. Why would he tell you to perpetually, by the way, if you study the grammar, it's a perpetual living in the armor. It's not a put it on when you go to church or put it on when you're going out on Friday night. If we're told to perpetually live in the full armor of God, why is that? Because you and I live on a battleground. We live in the throes of war all the time. I tell you, if you know a World War II veteran that was at Pearl Harbor on that day, you wouldn't have to work hard to drive this point home to them.